Hey guys, Junior from Ascend AI Solutions. In this video, we're going to be talking about why your cold emails aren't working and why it could be the offer that's the issue. I've got this little Gamma presentation that I want to share with you. So, firstly, the problem, the problem with cold traffic is that we're appealing to cold audiences, and so the offers that normally work with warm audiences won't work as well with cold traffic, and so that is because inherently cold traffic is targeting complete strangers and you are a complete stranger in their inbox. And so you've got to sort of acknowledge that, you've got to embrace that, and you've got to understand that that your messaging has to meet them where they are and in that context. So you need a front end offer that is designed for cold email that gets attention and is low risk. So for example, you might do a certain thing and you might have a certain offer that your business does. What I'm saying is that you might have to redesign it or reword it in order to appeal to cold traffic. So we're going to break that down a little bit here in this video. So what's a front end cold email offer and what does that really mean? Well, basically it's a low friction, high value proposition that's for strangers, and it focuses on curiosity and easy next steps, not full commitment. So we're not trying to, sell a huge thing, a high ticket offer on the first go. We're just trying to spark curiosity, get some type of interest, and then we go from there. Often it's the same service, it's just framed a little differently. And I want to show you an example of where I did exactly that reframing. So I recently worked with a pharma lab that has helped in the past companies like Pfizer and AstraZeneca. So what they do is they make drugs for these big pharmaceutical companies, and what they're looking for is other companies that are similar to Pfizer and AstraZeneca, and they're looking to help with their lab work. And so I actually worked really closely with them, and I ran campaigns for 2 months, and it wasn't great. We basically had zero bookings for 2 months, and it wasn't until after much trial and errors, obviously, that I realized that there was an issue with the offer. So their original offer was, we can help you with your drug discovery needs, and the problem with that just one line is that it's too broad, it's not specific enough, and there's no tangible value. I mean, think about it. If a stranger just said that to you, we can help you, the first thing you're going to say is like, sure, okay, that's great. And that's all we were basically doing with our messaging. Now, how did we fix it? So essentially I realized that the offer needed a tweak, so we changed the offer to this. It's, we help pharma and biotech teams with drug development by making custom chemicals and special lipids with speed, security, and affordability. Production is based in Canada, your concepts are secure, and you only pay if satisfied. So I'm going to break down how we sort of came to this conclusion, but some of the key changes that we made is essentially that we focused on a specific outcome. So custom chemicals and lipids. So we called out specifically what we did, and we made sure that the list that we targeted were companies that were potentially working in these areas, working with chemicals and special lipids. Um, we added a bit of proof and trust using calling out Canada, which is a first world country. Um, helping them fill that security, and then we added a bit of a risk reversal. So it's only small, but wasn't there before. But we wrote, your concepts are secure and you only pay if satisfied. So people want to know what happens if what happens in terms of payment if we're not satisfied. Well, you don't pay at all. And so I want to break down how we basically got to this. Well, firstly, I just want to show you the results. So after implementing this, within 7 days, we got 32 replies, 11 interested replies, 5 booked meetings, and this was after 2 months of zero activity, and nothing else changed at all that we did. The only thing that we changed was simply the offer. And so here are the statistics that from instantly, and you can see how very quickly, just from in the space of in 7 days, we were able to generate 32 replies and 11 interested replies, which turned into booked meetings. Okay, so um, so how can you apply this? And so what is it that we did? So this little diagram here is something I use whenever I want to whenever I take a company's offer or a business's offer, and I want to sort of turn it into something that is applicable or will apply well for cold traffic. And what this is it's just simply Alex Hormozi's value equation. So when you craft an offer, you want to make sure that all of these things are, all these boxes are ticked. So let me quickly explain this to you. So we've got a dream outcome. What is it? You know, what is the outcome? What is the one thing that they really want to achieve? And then we have the perceived likelihood of achievement. So this is essentially, you know, what have you done in the past to make them believe? In other words, your case studies, what's your social proof? If you can really show them what their dream outcome is, and you can show them that you've got a high chance of achieving it, that really drives up the value, right? Now, how can we get the value up even more? Well, if we say that the time delay is going to be really short for them to get these things, that also makes it more valuable. And if we also say that the effort and sacrifice on their part is not very much, it's very low, then that also drives up the value of whatever the offer is. So we try to apply that in the copy. So everything above this line, we want to make sure that we increase. Everything below the line, we want to make sure we decrease in our offer. And then by doing a combination of those things, it actually drives up the value of what we're offering. And so yeah, so that's the value equation. But I also want to add on this thing. So this is what I have added on. So risk reversal, very very important. But what you want to do is after you've crafted your valuable offer, you want to also write at the bottom, on the end of it, like I've done here. Um, you know what? How can you reverse the risk? So what happens if we don't get results? And in this case, I wrote, you know, you only pay if satisfied. Other examples are, you know, if we don't book you any meetings, you don't pay. You get a full refund of the setup fee. So those are types of things that help people get over the line. And so I've added that on. It's not actually in the value equation. I've just added it on as something to tack on in the end. But the risk reversal is such an important part. And so, in the end, the lesson here is that when cold outreach fails, it's usually not the copy, it's the offer. And great offers create instant clarity, trust, and curiosity. Um, so, what you want to do is you want to take your offer and you want to translate what you do into something strangers immediately see value in. And then, yeah, and just always remember that the offer is the biggest lever in turning cold traffic into conversation. So, we want to make sure that we apply all of those things. I hope you found some value in this video, and I'm looking forward to being more consistent with my uploads. But if you found value here, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.